Okay, so in this video we will learn about how to build and decompose a kilogram. Okay, let us see the picture. In this picture, the bag of rice, here is a bag of rice and this is a bag of rice. The whole bag of rice is 1 kg. How much is the bag of rice? It is 1 kg or 1 kilogram. Kilogram. Now let us decompose the 1 kg into 100 grams. So the next picture here, which is on the below the first picture, shows how 1 kg is divided or partitioned into 100 grams. Okay, if you see here, this is 100 grams and that is again 100 grams. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900 and 1000. So we know that 1 kg or 1 kilogram equals 1000 grams. Okay? Now I want you to see this rectangle, which is 100 grams, right? And this is also 100 grams. This 100 grams is partitioned into 10 frames. So each 10 frame, that is one 10 frame, will be 10 grams. 10 grams. Every single partition will be 10 grams each. Okay, so 10 grams. So this will be 10 grams, 10 grams. So 10 grams will make 100 grams. 10 grams will make 100 grams. And then 100 grams will make 1000 grams. So in this picture, if you see, I have shown a chart. 1 gram, 10 grams, 100 grams and 1 kilogram. So 1 gram, 10 times bigger than 1 gram is 10 grams. And 10 times bigger than 10 grams is 100 grams. And 10 times bigger than 100 grams is 1 kilogram, or it is also 1000 grams. Okay, I want you to focus on the 1 gram chart or 1 gram column. So if you see the 1 gram column, there are 10 1 grams. This is 1 gram. This is the second 1 gram. 3, 4 grams, 5 grams, 6 grams, 7 grams, 8 grams, 9 grams, 10 grams. 10 1 grams will make 1 10 gram. Similarly, if you see the 10 grams column, I have drawn 10 grams. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 grams, 90 grams, 100 grams. When it becomes 100 grams, we can move it to the 100 grams column. That makes 100 grams. Likewise, if you see the 100 grams, I have drawn 100 grams. 100 grams will make 1 kilogram. Okay, so I'll show you. 100, 200, 300, 400 grams, 500 grams, 600 grams, 700 grams, 800 grams, 900 grams, 1000. 1000 grams is 1 kilogram. So 100 grams will make 1 kilogram. Or we can write it as 1000 gram. 100 grams makes 1000 grams. The question here is, Bethany puts a marker that weighs 10 grams on a pan balance. How many 1 gram weights does she need to balance? So if you see in this question, she has to balance. She has put a 10 gram weight on one side of the balance, and on the other side we have to find out how much weight we have to put there so that we can balance the scale. 1 gram weights. So let's see how many 1 gram weights we have taken. This is the 1 gram weight, 2 gram, 3 gram, 4 gram, 5 gram, 6 gram, 7 gram, 8 gram, 9 gram, 10 grams. So 1 grams will make 10 grams. So we can, Bethany needs 1 gram weights to balance the scale. So she has to take 1 gram weight and balance it here. So let me write 1 gram here. So 1 gram. The next question is, what is Bethany doing next? So next, Bethany puts a 100 gram bag of beans on a pan balance. How many 10 gram weights does she need to balance the scale? That is what we have to find. So what is she doing now? She is putting a 100 gram bag of beans on a pan balance. Okay, so what we have to do is, we have to see how many 10 gram weights does she need to balance the 100 grams. Let's move on to the solution of the problem. Okay, so here is the scale where she has put 100 grams on one side of the scale. So we have to find what or how much weight should we put on the other side of the scale to balance the scale. Okay, so that we have to find in 10 gram weights. So let us take all the 10 gram weights and find out how many 10 grams we need to make it 100 grams. So this is the first 10 gram. So 10 grams and 10 grams will make 20 grams, 30 grams, 40 grams, 50 grams, 60 grams, 70 grams, 80 grams, 90 grams, 100 grams. So 10 grams. 10 grams will make 100 grams. So the statement for this question will be, she needs 10 gram weights to balance the scale. Let me write the 10 grams here. So she needs 10 grams. Okay, so let's move on to the next problem. What is Bethany doing now? Bethany puts a book that weighs 1 kilogram on a pan balance. How many 100-gram weights does she need to balance the scale? So how much weight she puts now onto the pan balance? 1 kilogram weight she puts on one side of the balance. And we have to find how many 100 grams weight we need to balance the scale. Okay, let's move on to the solution. Okay, so here is the scale that she is trying to balance. On one side of the scale, she has put 1 kg of weight, and on the other side of the scale, we have to find how much weight should we apply so that the scale balances on both the sides. Okay, what we have to do is we have to find from 100-gram weights. Let us see how many 100-gram weights make 1 kilogram. Okay, so 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600 gram, 700 gram, 800 gram, 900 gram, and 1000 gram. Okay, so 100 grams will make 1000 grams. So these are 100 grams, and that 100 grams is making 1000 grams. We know that 1000 grams is 1 kilogram. So the statement for this question should be, Bethany needs 100 grams weights to balance the scale, period. And now let me fill the unknown. So 1 kilogram can be balanced by 100 grams. Okay, now let us see what did we learn so far. So far we learned 10 1-gram weights make 1 10-gram weight, and 10 10-gram weights will make 1 100-gram weights, and then 10 100-gram weights is equal to 1000-gram weight or 1 kilogram. So we can say 10 times 1 gram equals 10 grams. 10 times 10 gram equals 100 gram. And 10 times 100 gram equals 1000 gram, which is also called 1 kilogram. The abbreviation for grams and kilograms. The abbreviation for grams, we can write it as G. So 153 grams will become 153 G for gram. And 3 kilograms can be written as 3 kg. So the abbreviation for kilogram is kg. Let's move on to the next question. If you see here, there are 3 buckets. Bucket A is 9 kg and bucket B is 7 kg and bucket C is 14 kg. All the 3 buckets are filled with apples. So bucket A has 9 kg of apples, bucket B has 7 kg of apples, and bucket C has 14 kg of apples. which bucket is the heaviest? So we know that to find the heaviest, we have to compare all the three buckets. So when we compare all the three buckets, the highest value is the heaviest bucket. So the first value is 9, and the second is 7, and the third is 14. The biggest number is number 14. So bucket C must be the heaviest bucket. Bucket C is the heaviest. Which bucket is the lightest? So again, let's compare all the three buckets. The bucket that has the less value is the lightest bucket. Okay, so 9, 7 and 14, when you compare the three numbers, 7 is the smallest number. So bucket B is the lightest bucket. Bucket B is the lightest bucket. The apples in bucket C are dash kilograms heavier than the apples in bucket B. In this case, we have to compare bucket C and bucket B. So bucket B is 7 kg and bucket C is 14 kg. So here, if you see, the magic word than is there. Than means most probably to subtraction. Okay, so let's subtract. 14 minus 7 equals what will be the subtraction number sentence for this problem. So we know that 14 minus 7 is 7. So the apples in bucket C are 7 kilograms heavier than the apples in bucket B. What is the total weight of the apples in all the three buckets? Whenever you have to find the total, that means it's an addition equation. Okay, so to find the total, let us add all the values. 9 plus 7 plus 14 equals what? So let us add 14, 9 and 7. We get 0 here, 2 goes up, and then 2 plus 1 is 3. So the answer is 30. So what is the total weight of the apples in all the three buckets? The total weight of the apples is 30 kilograms. 30 kilograms. Rebecca and her two sisters equally share all of the apples in bucket A. How many kilograms of apples do they each get? Okay, so bucket A apple. So this is the bucket A, and that bucket A apple is 9 kg. So this bucket has 9 kg apples, and we have to share the 9 kg apple with Rebecca, sister, and her other sister. So 3 people are being shared 9 kg of apples. We have to find how many number of apples does each sister get or each person gets. Okay, so what we know here is the total number of apples, which is 9. So this is the total that we know. So total is 9, and then what we know is the number of group of people that we are going to share with, that is 3. So the group is 3. What we have to find here is the size, or how many number of apples does each person get. That's a size. Okay, so let us do the division equation. The division equation is 9 divided by 3 equals what? We know that 9 divided by 3 equals 3. And a tape diagram is given here. So we don't know the size and the total is 9. Okay. And the statement for this question will be, each sister gets 3 kilograms of apples. What is the statement? Each sister gets 3 kilograms of apples. Okay. Mason gives 3 kilograms of apples from bucket B to his friend. He uses 2 kilograms of apples from bucket B to make apple pie. How many kilograms of apples are left in the bucket B? So what is happening here is, Mason is the character. He is using 3 kilograms of apples. Okay, so he is using 3 kgs of apples from the bucket B. So from this bucket, he is using 3 kgs of apples. And he is giving it to his friend. And then he is taking 2 kgs of apples and he is making a pie. Okay, so from the total amount of the apples, the B bucket has 7 kg of apples. From the 7 kgs of apples, he is taking 3 kgs and 2 kgs. What we have to do is, we have to add the amount he used, that is he gave for the friend and as well as for making pie. So amount taken away we have to calculate. So this is the amount which he took away, right? So let me write it as taken away. Okay, so this is the amount that he took away from the total, which is 7 kgs. From the total 7 kgs, he took away 3 kgs and 2 kgs. Let's move on to the solution. Okay, so the bucket he had was bucket B, and there was 7 kgs of apples in bucket B. So there were 7 kgs of apples. So how much was taken away was 3 kg and 2 kg. Let us add those amount that he took away and gave it to a friend, as well as he made a pie. So when we found that, when we added 3 kg and 2 kgs, we got 5 kgs. So 5 kg apple was taken away from the bucket B. Okay, so since 5 kg was taken away from the bucket B, which is 7 kgs, we have to subtract and find the difference. So 7 minus 5 equals 2. There are 2 kilograms of apples left in the bucket. So that is what we have to find. We have to find how many kilograms of apples are left in the bucket. So we found that as there are 2 kilograms of apples left in the bucket. Angela picks another bucket of apples, bucket D. The apples in the bucket C are 6 kilograms heavier than the apples in the bucket D. How many kilograms of apples are in bucket D? Okay, so the bucket C has 14 kilogram and bucket D is the one that we have to find how much kilograms of apples are there. Okay, one hint that we know is bucket C is 6 kgs heavier than bucket D. So it is heavier than D. That means bucket C must be much bigger too. Okay, so since bucket C is 6 kgs heavier, we know that bucket D must be 6 kg less than bucket C. Okay, for that let us draw a tape diagram and find out. So 14 kg is the bucket C, the weight of the bucket C, how heavy it is. And we know that this bucket D, which is here, this is bucket D, is 6 kgs. We know it is 6 kgs less. So I have written 6 kg on top of the arrow. And I have made a double tape diagram. So in this case, we know 14 and 6, right? So what we have to do is, we have to subtract this 14 and 6 to find the size of, or the weight of how heavy it is. How heavy is bucket D? So when we subtracted, we got 8. What is that 8? 8 is the kilograms, because we subtracted 14 kilograms from 6 kilograms from 14 kilograms, and we got 8 kilograms. So the statement should be, there are 8 kilograms of apples in bucket D. What is the total weight of the apples in bucket C and D? Whenever the total weight is asked, or total of whatever is asked, we have to add and find out. Okay, since they have asked for bucket C and bucket D, we have to just add bucket C and D and find out the total. Okay, so the value of bucket C is 14 kilograms and the value of bucket D is 8 kilograms. Okay, let us add 14 and 8 together. When we add 14 and 8 together, we got 22. Okay, so 14 is the weight of bucket C and 8 is the weight of bucket D. Okay, so since we found 22 must be 22 kilograms. The statement for this question is, the total weight of the apples in bucket C and D is 22 kilograms.